What happens when Bella trades vampires for pure wolfpack dominance? Today we're unlocking a whole new what if Bella ran into the arms of an alpha. Stick around, this one gets intense real fast. BPOV. I was at home checking my email. I just broke up with my boyfriend, Frank Elijah Jacoby or Fedge. He cheated on me with my best friend, Cindy. He broke my heart. I cried for hours until my mom came in and told me to move on because he wasn't worth it. I don't know what I would do without her. I just got done typing a message to my dad. My dad got a computer when my mom left him with me. I haven't seen him since we left. We only email each other once in a while. He was telling me about his latest fishing trip. I know, boring, but I love my dad. Oh, I have a new email. It's from Fedge. He needs to leave me alone. He probably cheated on me a lot. We were at a party and he was drunk. He kept on pushing me but I wanted to wait. He got mad and slapped me. It wasn't the first time he's hit me either. I couldn't find him after an hour, so I went and looked in the bedrooms and there he was with my best friend, on the bed naked. I was so mad. I yelled at them and broke up with her. The email read, "Dear my Bella, you may think that we are over but we aren't even close to that. You will be mine and only mine. I will be your first even if you don't want me to be. I will have you until you are dead. Sleep with your eyes open and watch your back because I will be around. Love you, Fedge." What? He can't be serious. This is horrible. I have to tell Mom when she and Phil, her husband, gets home. She'll know what to do. Maybe we could tell the cops and get him arrested. He did threaten me. Breathe, Bella, breathe. I look around me being paranoid. I don't see anyone. I jump when the doorbell rings. I go downstairs to the front door. I look through the peephole and see cops. What are they doing here? I have this bad feeling in my stomach. I open the door to see two police officers. One looks around 25 and the other one 40. "Can I help you?" I say, trying to be calm. "Yes, are you Isabella Swan?" Yes. We are sorry to say that Renee and Phil Dwyer were in a car accident. They died instantly. We are terribly sorry," the younger one says. I stand there frozen. My mom is dead. This can't be happening. I can't breathe. "Are you all right, Isabella?" I nod. "I'll go to my dad's house. Thank you for telling me," I say in a monotone voice. They nod and turn to leave. I shut the door and walk to my room in zombie stage. I grabbed my suitcase and put in my clothes. Once I had everything I need, I grabbed my money and then I was out of the door. I jumped into the cab that I called earlier and I was off to the airport. When I was at the airport, I bought a ticket for Port Angeles, Washington. The plane was going to leave in an hour. Security took half an hour to go through. By the time I boarded the plane, I was still in a zombie state. During the whole airplane, I didn't move or talk. When the plane landed, I got off the way I got on. I got in a cab and told him my dad's address that I have from an old letter. I was quiet the whole way there. When the car parked in front of a yellow house, I vaguely remembered it. I got out of the cab. I had a lot of money because I saved all the money I had. I rang the doorbell waiting for my dad to answer. I was lucky that he was there. The door opened so I can see a guy with my brown hair and brown eyes with a mustache. He stared at me with wide eyes. "Hi, I'm Bella, your daughter," I say in monotone. He stares at me a little more before he smiles and hugs me. "What are you doing here?" he replies when he pulls away. "Mom and Phil died." His eyes grow wide. "I am so sorry. How did they die? Are you okay? Are you going to stay here? What about their will and funeral?" he asks all at once. "They were in a car accident." "I'm fine. Yes, I am staying and I don't know. It's been 2 weeks since my mom and Phil died. I have gotten better. I eat twice a day. I used to eat once a day." I talk more and sometimes not in my monotone voice. My dad dealt with the funeral and everything. The funeral was small. We have no family left and they didn't have many friends. In the will, I got everything from my mom and Phil. I got the money in a bank account, the house I sold it, and everything you can think of. The only thing I didn't get was Phil's car because it belonged to the baseball team he was on. I start school Monday and today's Saturday. My dad is dragging me to La Push to visit his friend who is having a barbecue. I got ready in my holy jeans and sweatshirt. I hopped into Dad's car and sighed. Today is going to be a long day. BPOV. The ride to La Push was long. It took us about 2 hours to get there. The house was smaller than ours. It's right in front of the forest. It's a small blue house. It looks really homey. Today's actually a nice day. It isn't raining and it's 60. There is a slight wind though. We get out of the car and go to the front door. Charlie rings the doorbell. A guy in a wheelchair answers the door. Charlie, you came. Hey, Billy, I thought you might want to watch the game. Plus I wanted you to meet my daughter, Bella. I think you remember her. Ah, yes, Bella, it's so nice to see you. It's been a while, he says. I just stare at him trying to remember. Oh, he's the guy who went fishing with Charlie a lot. Oh, Billy, it's nice to see you too. I say in my monotone voice. He looks at me surprised. Probably because of my tone. I notice my dad looking at me from the corner of his eye looking worried. Why don't I show you outside where everyone else is? He asks. I just nod. Charlie and I follow him through a narrow hallway out the back door. When we were outside, all heads turned towards us. All the guys looked the same, but one person stood out. He was cooking at the grill, but when he heard the door open he looked over at me. His expression was odd. He kept staring at me, so I looked away. You guys, this is Charlie's daughter, Bella. Billy said. Everyone said their highs. I just nodded and turned to Billy. Do you need help in the kitchen? I said, not really wanting to stay outside. He looks at me for a minute before nodding. I look at Charlie and see him looking at me with sadness on his face. I follow Billy in the kitchen where this woman is making salad. Sue, this is Charlie's daughter, Bella. She wants to know if you need help. Sure. Hello, Bella. I'm Sue. It's nice to meet you. You too, I reply. She frowns at my tone. I help her make some salad, mashed potatoes, and more stuff. While I was cutting the potatoes, my phone went off. I looked down and saw that I had a new text message. I opened it to see it was from Cindy. I sigh and read it. Please don't be mad at me. It was a mistake. Please forgive me. I want my friend back. Please text me back or call me. Cindy. P.S. Sorry about your mom and Phil. I shake my head. Does she really believe I would forgive? Why would she apologize now? She could have apologized a long time ago. It happened forever ago. Plus it seemed like she forgot about Mom and Phil. I sigh again. I'm not going to think about them. When the mashed potatoes were done, my phone went off again. I looked down to see I had another text, but from Fedge. I start to shake. I haven't heard from him since I left. I open it and read it. Isabella, you should know you can't hide from me. You will be mine. Love you, Fedge. So many questions went through my head. What should I do? Should I tell Charlie? Does he know where I am? What is he going to do? I will tell Charlie. He's police chief after all. But when? Are you okay? I hear a rough voice behind me. I jump and turn around to see the guy that was by the grill. I put my phone behind my back and nod. I look behind him to see everyone looking at us. I turn around and turn my phone off. He comes to stand next to me. I'm Sam, by the way. He says, smiling, showing his big white teeth. Hi, I mumble. From the corner of my eye I see him frown. Sue, is it okay if I go in the living room real fast? I ask. Sure, honey. I nod and go to the living room. Dad, when can we go home? He looks at me confused. Why? I have something to tell you. I say, trying to beg him with my eyes to say soon. He must have seen something on my face because he said, after we eat. I nod and go back in the kitchen. SPOV. Sam. I was at the grill cooking when I heard the doorbell ring. I heard Billy wheeling himself to open the door. After a couple of minutes the back door opened. Everyone turned to look at it. Who I saw was the most beautiful person ever. She had long brown hair with big brown eyes that held sadness and pain. She stared at me before she looked away. "You guys, this is Charlie's daughter, Bella," Billy said. "Ah, Bella." Everyone said hi. Everyone kept on giving me side glances. I guess I had the same look Paul did when he saw Rachel. She just nodded and looked at Billy. "Do you need help in the kitchen?" she asks in dead voice. Billy nods after a few minutes. Charlie just looks at her with sadness in his eyes. Bella follows Billy into the house with Charlie after her. I just frown at their retreating figures. Well, looks like Sam imprinted. Paul says, "Congrats man, it's nice to have another person." Quill says, "You got that right." Jared says, grinning at his imprint, "Kim, I'm really happy for you." Emily says, "Emily is Jacob's imprint." I continue cooking the meats. When I was done, I went inside the kitchen. Everyone followed me. When I walked into the kitchen, I saw Bella staring at her phone, shaking and really tense. I put down the plate I was holding and went to stand behind her. "Are you okay?" I say in my rough voice. She jumps and turns around. She puts her phone behind her back and nods. I can't tell she's lying, but I don't say anything. I can feel everyone watching us. She turns back around and does something to her phone. I stand next to her and say, "I'm Sam, by the way." I smile hugely at her. "Hi," she mumbles. I frown. What is wrong with her? "Sue, is it okay if I go in the living room real fast?" My frown deepens. "Sure, honey." Shore replies. Bella nods and runs up to the kitchen. I can hear her conversation with her dad. I frown when she asks when they are leaving. I wonder what she needs to tell him. Bella comes back in the kitchen and continues what she was doing. BPOV. During dinner, I was quiet. I was so nervous about telling Charlie. What is he going to think? I only answered when I was asked directly. Sam kept on trying to talk to me, but I was too nervous. When dinner was done, I helped clear the table. After that, I said a brief bye and Charlie and I left. The car ride was silent. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. When we parked into the driveway, we both got out and silently went inside. He went and sat on his armchair. I sat on the couch and stared. How was I going to do this? Should I just say it? "Are you going to tell me?" he says impatiently. "1 second. I have to get something." He nodded. I ran upstairs and grabbed my laptop. I ran back downstairs and sat on the couch so I could log in. When I was logged in, I went to my email. I opened his email and gave my dad the laptop. He read quietly before he put my laptop on the living room table. His face was bright red. "I am going to kill him," he yelled. He kept on yelling nonsense. "Dad, stop. Please stop," I yelled. Finally he stopped. "Sorry. Has he gotten a hold of you again?" he asked. I got out my cell phone and showed him the text. His face got red again, but he didn't yell. He handed me back my phone and took deep breaths. "What's his name?" he finally asks. "Frank Elijah Jacoby, but he goes by Fedge. He's my ex-boyfriend." CPOV. Charlie. Surprise. Her ex-boyfriend. I can't believe some little brat did that to my baby girl. I am going to kill him. Can you explain what happened? She takes a deep breath and BPOV. I take a deep breath and tell him the whole story. I tell him how Fedge and I met. I told him how long we have been together. I told him everything from us dating to when my mom and Phil died. The whole time he was quiet, except when I slipped that he hit me when he saw me talking to a guy from my science class. Charlie screamed some cuss words until he cooled down. I explained that he apologized a million times after he did it. When I was done, we sat in silence for a couple of minutes. The time gave me to think about the Sam guy. He was absolutely gorgeous, but he would never like me. He only talked to me because he felt sorry for me. I could never get someone like him. We're from totally different planets. I was lucky I got Fedge, even though it did turn out wrong. I sigh. I look up and see my dad looking at me, but it was like he wasn't seeing me. Then he grinned widely. "I know what we can do." I look at him confused. I'll pull some strings at the police station. I'll look to see if he has any record. Then I'll ask Billy if Sam or one of his friends can watch over you. I look over at him crazy. You can't tell anyone, Charlie. I said worriedly. He frowns at me. Fine. I'm not going to tell anyone, but I am going to do what I said. I just won't tell them why. Okay. I look at him for a second before I reluctantly nod. Great. I'll call Billy and ask if we can meet Sam and his friends tomorrow after I look him up, all right? I nod. I'm tired, so I'm going to go change. I'll see you in the morning. He nods and I run up the stairs. Once I get there, I change out of my clothes and into my pajamas. I brush my teeth and wash my face. Then I crawl into my bed and go to sleep once my head hits the pillow. The next morning, I woke up early. I guess I was too nervous to stay asleep. I barely got any sleep. I was too worried. What would they say? Would they do what Charlie said? Great. If I keep on thinking about this, I will start having a panic attack. I get dressed into my regular clothes and head downstairs. Charlie was already up on the phone. I walked by him and started cooking breakfast. I was secretly hoping that he would have forgotten. When I was done with the breakfast, Charlie came in and sat down. After a couple of minutes, Charlie finally spoke. That was my friend from the station. I nodded my head for him to continue. He looked up, Fedge, and found out that he did have a small criminal record. I gasped. He had a few speeding tickets and he said that he was supposed to be trialed for attempted rape, but it was dropped. I felt my mouth drop. How could I have not known? When was this? I asked, scared to know. About a year and a half ago. I breathed a sigh of relief. Fedge and I only went out for about 8 months. 2 months after he moved here. Were you guys going out then? He asks hesitantly. I shake my head no. We only went out 2 months after he came here, which is 8 months. He sighed in relief like me. When we were done eating, I washed the dishes while my dad went and got around. When I was done with them, I went upstairs and got my cell phone. I sat down on the bed and took deep breaths. I can do this. They won't even know why they're do this. I got up off the bed when my dad called me down. I grabbed my stuff and walked slowly down the stairs. I followed Charlie out to his car and got in. The car ride to La Push was a silent one. I was still freaking out about what was going to happen. What if they didn't want to protect me? What if Sam said no? I don't know why, but that thought made my chest ache. Bells, we're here. Charlie's voice broke me from my thoughts. I looked out of the window and saw us in front of Billy's house. I sighed and opened the door. I stepped out of the car and pulled my hood up so my hair wouldn't get wet. We walked to the door and my dad rang the doorbell. Billy opened the door and smiled warmly at us. Hey, Billy, everyone here. Billy nodded. They are in the living room. We walked in and turned towards the living room. I looked at everyone and noticed Sam right away. I noticed him looking at me, so I turned away and blushed. What did you want to talk to us about? Charlie. Sam's rough voice says. Well, I was wondering, since you guys protect La Push, if you could watch and make sure that nothing happens to Bella. Charlie explained. Why? What would happen? Sam said worriedly. Why was he worried? I felt my phone vibrate and looked down at it. Another text message from Cindy. I opened it up. I was forbid to tell you. I heard Charlie say, B, please, this has got to stop. You will text me back and we can be friends again. My dad even said you could live with us so you don't have to be where you are now. Where you now anyways? I miss you like crazy. I was drunk when what happened with Fedge happened. I didn't mean to. It was a mistake. I never liked him. Okay. I lied. I wasn't drunk. He was trying to rape me. Tears, please forgive me. I need someone to talk to. I'm scared. Sorry about your parents, but if you're ignoring me because of them, then please get over it. Cindy. I gasp at the last sentence. How could she say that? And was she always this bossy? I look up and notice everyone staring at me. Crap. I look over at Charlie and see him giving me a questionable look. I shake my head, answering the silent question. I look back down and text her back. Cindy, leave me alone. I am not going to forgive you. I don't want to live with you and I am not telling you where I live. Plus I don't believe a second that he was trying to rape you. If he was then you wouldn't have been moaning out of pleasure. Don't lie to me. How could you say that about my mom and Phil? I never realized what a bitch you were. Leave me alone. Tilda Bella. When I was done, I looked up to see everyone looking at me still. I looked down and blush. Sorry, an old friend. I looked up to see my dad had a look of understanding on his face. I look back down when my phone vibrates. I look back up and realize I can't find Sam. I sigh sadly and open the text. Isabella. Ha ha. I found you. Don't try to hide because you are mine. Love you. Fedge. I stare at the screen in shock. Everything starts to get blurry and black. I fall backwards and wait for the ground to come, but instead strong arms grab me and I let the darkness in. SPOV. Sam. I was walking out of Jacob's kitchen trying to keep calm. Why do we need to protect my angel? Is something wrong with her? Is someone after her? All these questions were swirling in my head. I heard her sigh sadly. Why is she sad? I walk quickly to the living room. I see my beautiful angel staring at the screen of her cell phone wide-eyed. She falls backward a little bit and I run forward. I grab me waist as she faints. I look at the ground to see her phone fell. Charlie hurriedly steps forward and grabs the phone. He reads it quickly and cusses under his breath. What is going on? CPOV. Charlie. I look over at Bella as she sighs sadly. What did she do to deserve this? I can't believe my own daughter is going through this. I look back over at her and see her staring at the screen, shocked. I can also see a little bit of fear in her eyes. If that motherfucker is messing with her, I will personally kill him myself. Bella falls back and I see Sam, the leader of the Protectors, grab her waist and hold her. He looks at her concerned. That boy has it bad. I shake my head and something on the floor catches my eye. It's her phone. I quickly grab the phone so no one would read the message. I read the message quickly and cussed under my breath. I'm going to kill him. How dare he threaten my daughter? I am going to find him and shoot him in the heart 238 times. Then I am going to cut his head off and hang it in my room and throws darts at it. BPOV. I woke up on a nice comfy cushion. I sighed and sunk further into the cushion. Then everything came back to me. Fedge's email, Phil and Renee, going to Charlie's, meeting Sam. Fedge's text. I jolt up and opened my eyes. Big mistake. The room started to spin. I groaned and lay back down. Are you okay? Are you hurt anywhere? What's wrong? I hear a voice say. I look over towards the voice and see Sam. I'm fine. I was just a little dizzy. I said. My voice sounded weak. Bella. I heard Charlie say. I looked over at him and saw my phone in his hand. I stared at it with wide eyes. Did anyone read the message? Did they know? Charlie shook his head. I sighed happily. What's going on here? Billy said in a firm voice. Dad and I shared a look. I sighed. I have to tell them. Not the whole thing though. Just part of the truth. I think I am getting stalked. I said quietly. What? Sam yelled. I flinched away from him. I looked over at him to see him shaking, but when he saw me flinch he immediately stopped. What do you mean by, I think? Jacob asked. I'm not sure if I am or not. I said uncertainly. Who's the dude? Paul, I think, said. This guy from Arizona. I said looking down. It was quiet for a few moments. They probably think I'm a slut. They're probably thinking that I slept with half of Arizona. They all hate me now. I can tell. I sigh sadly. There go my friendships. I actually wanted to have real friends. That isn't going to work anymore. I have a solution. Billy's voice brought me out of my thoughts. I looked up at him, confused. What's that? Charlie asked. We don't have much room here, but she can stay here so the guys can have a closer look out for her. She can move back in with you when he's caught or given up. What? They want me to stay here. She'll go to Quillette High, too. That would be great, but you don't have a big house. I don't want to crowd you, I said, still shocked. Billy opened his mouth to speak, but instead I heard Sam. You can stay at my house. I have my own house. I have an extra bedroom and bathroom you can have. I looked over at him and saw him looking back at me with hopeful eyes. I don't know, Charlie said. I promise, sir, that I won't do anything to harm Bella, Sam said in a sincere voice. Sam and Charlie stared at each other for a couple of minutes. It seemed like they were having a private conversation. I was actually excited to be able to stay at Sam's. I don't know what it is about him, but I am intrigued. Hopefully Charlie will let me stay. Finally Charlie sighed. Fine, but don't do harm my baby girl, Charlie says as I feel blush coating my cheeks. We'll go to our house so she can pack. We'll meet you at your house. Don't I have a say in this? I asked. I wanted to go, but I was scared to stay with him. They both turned to me. Dad's face was blank and Sam's was hopeful. Do I want to stay with someone I just met? What if he tried something? What if I got him hurt? I wouldn't be able to look live if that happened. I looked at Sam and sighed. He was looking at me with big puppy eyes and he was pouting. I opened my mouth. Uncown paw. I put my phone away and smiled at the girl next to me. I waved and walked out of the house. I knew the tracking device was going to come in handy. I hopped into my car and sped away. I went up to the front desk. I smiled widely at the girl behind the desk. She smiled seductively at me. One-way ticket to Seattle, Washington, please. I will get her back. BPOV. Don't I have a say in this? I asked. I wanted to go, but I was scared to stay with him. They both turned to me. Dad's face was blank and Sam's was hopeful. Do I want to stay with someone I just met? What if he tried something? What if I got him hurt? I wouldn't be able to look live if that happened. I looked at Sam and sighed. He was looking at me with big puppy eyes and he was pouting. I opened my mouth. Uncown paw. I put my phone away and smiled at the girl next to me. I waved and walked out of the house. I knew the tracking device was going to come in handy. I hopped into my car and sped away. I went up to the front desk. I smiled widely at the girl behind the desk. She smiled seductively at me. One-way ticket to Seattle, Washington, please. I will get her back. BPOV. I guess I can move in with him, I said, cussing internally at him for his puppy dog eyes. Sam smiles widely. Charlie looks at me with surprise. Everyone else just smiles. Some people are on the happy pill. Why are they so happy anyway? Great, Sam says excitedly. Are you sure, Bella? Charlie asks. I nod my head, slowly. All right, it's settled then. We'll go to the house and we'll pick up some stuff you have. But first I need to talk to Sam about some RLES, all right. Sam and Charlie walked out the room. I heard a screen door slam shut. Wow, this is awkward. So what was Phoenix like? One of the girls asked. Charlie's paw. Once Sam and I are out the door, I prepared myself for the speech I was about to give. I was going to make sure he knew that he better watch himself. I don't even know why I agreed to her staying with him. Before you say anything, can I please tell you something, sir? I nod quickly. Please don't say anything after I'm done. I will show you proof. Is that all right? Who does he think he is? Telling me what to do. I nod, reluctantly. Your daughter is as safe as someone can be in La Push. Have you heard of the legends? I nod again. Well, they're true. The descendants of the elders do turn into werewolves. I'll show you. Stay here. I sit there stunned. What the hell? Is this really true? I will never see the world the same. Am I dreaming? Wait, what was that? Oh my freak bejesus. That is the biggest wolf I've ever seen. I can't believe it. He could kill me by stepping on me. His fur is as black as a black bear. He had some caramel brown hair by his eyes. He kind of looks like a horse but way more muscular. Okay, this is crazy. Sam, I ask tentatively. The wolf nods quickly. Apparently he can understand me. Can you change back? So we can talk about this. He turns around swiftly and runs back into the forest before I could even blink. Geez, I wish I was that fast sometimes. A few seconds later he walked back out. In human form, thank goodness. So wow, was all I could say. Yes, all the guys in there are werewolves, but Leah is one too. She's the only female werewolf ever. He pauses for a minute. Everyone's girlfriend knows. There's this thing called imprinting. It's like soulmates but stronger. Oh, now I understand how they can be so in love. But why are you telling me all this? I asked, confused. Well, I thought you would like to know that Bella will be safe here. I nod, understanding that part. For the imprinting part, well, I imprinted on her. What? Did I hear him correctly? Are you saying that my daughter is your soulmate? And you expect me to let her stay with you still? I asked incredulously. I promise, sir, I will never hurt her. I couldn't even if I wanted to. I just thought you might want to know all of this so when she does find out it won't have to be a secret. She can still stay with you. He smiles widely. But I will be by every other day to check up on her. She better still go to school and get good grades. If you guys catch on to anything, you guys better tell me. Understand? He nods. Also, you have to tell me before you tell her everything. Of course, sir. He says excitedly. Geez, he's whipped. We better get back in there. SPOV. Wow, he took that way better than I expected. At least my angel can still stay at my house. That's great. Crap, I have so much stuff to prepare before she gets to the house. I have to clean out the guest, clean up the whole house and more. Okay, calm down, Sam. You still have time. I am totally whipped. I shake my head and follow Charlie back into the house. BPOV. I've never been asked so many questions in my entire life. They wanted to know everything about me. I was relieved when we heard the back door slam shut. What took them so long? I was scared something bad happened. Come on, Bells. Let's get home so we can pack some of your stuff. When we have time, we can bring some of your stuff down here. You won't be starting school tomorrow. Maybe next week, or maybe you'll go to school online. That seems easier, my dad said, although it seemed like he was talking to himself instead of me. I just nod and stand up. I'll see you soon, Sam says, smiling softly at me. There was something in his eye, but I don't know what it is. BPOV. An hour later. We pulled into a dirt driveway. Apparently Sam lives in the woods. It's a pretty cute house. The only thing missing is a family living there. Why doesn't he have a girlfriend or something? At least I don't think he has one. Okay, well, actually I'm hoping he doesn't. The thought of him with a girl makes me sick. I feel a pull to him for some reason. I shake my head and get out of the car. Hey, there you guys are. I jump at the sound of a voice. Sorry, didn't mean to scare you, Sam says in a regrettable voice. It's okay. I just didn't know you were there. I whisper. I realize this is like the third time talking to him. Sorry we took so long. Charlie says. It's all right. I just got done picking up a bit. I was thinking of cooking some extra steaks I have. That sounds great. All right, let me go show Bella her room and let her get settled, and I'll start grilling those steaks, Sam says. He starts walking towards the door and I follow quietly. This is going to be different, but I have to let go of my fears. BPOV. I follow Sam up the stairs, hesitantly. I have to get used to being with him by myself. Charlie decides to stay in the living room, probably to watch sports. I shake my head. Men. Sam stops at a wooden door and he slowly opens the door. I move closer to Sam so I can see into the room. My mouth drops open. This room is beautiful. I didn't expect this. Do you like it? Sam asks, hesitantly. I love it. Before I could stop myself, I was hugging him. I don't know why I did. I just did. I was scared that he didn't want me to. But then he wrapped his arms around me and sighed. We stood there for a few minutes until we heard movement. I pulled away quickly and blushed. I glanced over at Sam to see a big grin on his face like he won $1 million. Sorry, I mumble. He looked like he was about to say something, but Charlie came up the stairs. How's everything up here? He asks, hesitantly. Good. I love my room, I said, excitedly. Charlie looks at me surprised by the way I am acting. I've barely smiled since I moved in with him. That's good, sweets. He gives me a side hug. Sam put my bags in my room and closes the door. You can put away all your stuff once we're done eating. You want to cook something extra besides just having the steaks? He asks me. I nod. Great. Come on, Charlie. You can help me with the steaks if you want. We all walk down the stairs and follow him into the kitchen. You can use anything in the kitchen that you want. You live here now. Whatever is mine is yours. I blush a little bit before I nod. Come on, Charlie. I'll show you my grill, he says, excitedly leaving me alone. That boy is indescribable. I shake my head as I look around the kitchen. What else to make? Maybe some mashed potatoes and French fries. Yup, that sounds good. I grab the mashed potatoes and the peeler. I got to work, thinking about the mysterious guy outside. Sam Pav. I walk outside with Charlie behind me, smiling like I won the lottery. I felt like I did. Bella hugged me. I couldn't believe it. I always thought that Bella would shy away from me for a couple of months, but she hugged me. She loves her room too. I am so thankful that I decided to have the room like that for the guest. You're totally smitten, Charlie says, shaking his head. I can't help it, I say happily. Anyway, this is my grill. He whistles. A beauty, isn't she? It's a Weber Q320. Makes the best steaks ever. Well, let's get started then, he says, excitedly. We get to work as I try to not get distracted by the beauty inside. BPOV. I was just putting the mashed potatoes and the French fries on the table when Sam and Charlie came inside carrying a plate of steaks. Yum. They smell great, I thought to myself. Sam put them on the table and went to a cabinet. He grabbed 3 plates out and put them on the table. Why don't you get drinks, Bella? While Charlie and I set everything up. He smiles at me. I blush and nod. I've never blushed this much in one day. What is wrong with me? I shake my head and start heading to get the drinks. Once everything was all set up, we all sat down and started to eat. The steaks were the best steaks ever. The meal must have been the best meal I've ever had. I wonder if he'll make more food like this. These mashed potatoes are really good, Bells, Charlie says. I smile my thanks at him. So I was thinking that it was best for you to go to school online. It might be best for you so you don't have to worry about any drama or something. I mean, if that is okay with you. Going to school online and getting to spend it with this hunk all day. Sounds good to me, but of course you will need to have good grades and keep up. No distractions. He glances over at me. Of course, Daddy. He smiles widely at me. That sounds better to me than real school. I'm tired of going to real school. I shake my head. Then it's settled. I'll sign you up right after dinner. You have your laptop, right? I nod. Great. It's settled then. I smile, feeling like a weight have been lifted. BPOV. I waved to my dad as he drove away. After we ate, my dad used my laptop to sign me up for online school, and tomorrow I start. Apparently I have to have certain things done by the end of the day. I guess I don't really have a schedule. I don't really know anything about online school. I turn around and saw Sam leaning against the wall, staring at me. I blush and look down. What is he doing to me? I glance up, biting my lip. I've never felt this way before. Not even with FEJ. It's like we're magnets. I feel a pull towards him, and truthfully it scares me. I don't want to get hurt again. I know I will, because I mean, look at him. Why would he want me? No one wants me. He's a god and I look like a hobo. I'm so plain Jane and he could be a model. You ready to go in? I jump at the sound of his deep voice. I nod and avoid eye contact with him. As I walk past him, I could feel electricity all over my body. I pause for a moment before shaking my head at my stupidity. I'm just imagining things. So you're probably really tired. Would you like to just go to sleep right now? Today must have been a pretty eventful day. Sure, thanks for letting me stay here. I mumble before running upstairs. I close my door quickly and lock the door. I change into my pajamas and fall onto my bed. I welcome the darkness with open arms. SPOV. I sit up immediately in bed. Something is wrong. I whimper in pain. What's wrong with me? I was just fine a minute ago. Wait, this must be the imprint. I try to ignore the feeling of crying and listened carefully for any sign of my Bella being hurt. After a few seconds I hear sobs coming from downstairs. I get up and follow the sound downstairs. What I see breaks my heart into a million pieces. My Bella is on the couch, sleeping and clutching her stomach. I step closer and see tears falling down her angelic face. The sight makes me want to go and kill the person who is causing all this pain. She starts sobbing even more in her sleep. I have to wake her up. Bella, hun. I tap her shoulder. Wake up. I think you're having a bad dream. She bolts up and screams. Bella, it's okay. It's just me, Sam. I hesitantly reach forward and wrap my arms around her. I held her until the tears stopped when she suddenly sat up and pushed me away. I immediately got up and put my arms up to show no harm. Are you okay? Yee. I'm fine. I'm sorry for freaking out. She stutters out and looks down, trying to hide her tears. Bella. I shake my head and sit down next to her. I put my arm around her and she tenses immediately before she relaxes. Is this okay, hun? She nods and keeps her head down. Bella, look at me, please. She hesitantly looks up at me with tears in her eyes. You don't have to be sorry. It's okay. You were vulnerable. Anyone would have freaked out. Understand. Do you want to tell me what happened? I couldn't sleep, so I came down here to get something to sleep, but I think I fell asleep on the couch. I had a nightmare that FEJ was the one that killed my mom and Phil, and he was trying to kill everyone I love too. She started bawling her eyes out again. I pulled her onto my lap and started holding her. I had tons of questions for her, but I wasn't going to start asking her now. Like, who is this FEJ guy? Why is she so afraid of him? I guess I'll find out later. After a couple of moments she finally stopped crying. She looked up at me with wide, doe brown eyes. I hesitantly raise my hand up and wipe the tears off her face. I cradle her face in my giant hand. She instantly leans into my hand and closes her eyes. I rub the side of her face with my thumb while she sighs. After a couple of moments, she opens her eyes and stares at me. I glance down at her lips quickly before meeting her eyes again. I try to prevent myself from leaning in to kiss her, but the electricity between us is too strong. The next I knew, her soft lips were on mine. She gasps and I take the chance to kiss her harder. I couldn't stop myself, but I knew I had to stop myself. I reluctantly pulled back and put my forehead on hers. We sat there for a minute breathing heavily. Then I realized my mistake. I just took advantage of her. Shit, I'm such a screw up. She'll probably never trust me ever again. I have to fix this now. This wasn't how I wanted our first kiss to be. Bella, I say hesitantly. She opens her eyes and all I see is fear in them. Shit, I'm so sorry, Bells. I whisper, close to tears. It's okay. I understand. Her voice is rough from holding back tears. No, it isn't all right. I never meant to hurt you. I just know you're not ready for anything like this. I didn't want this to be the way we had our first kiss. I wanted it to be more special. Not when you're so vulnerable. Will you please forgive me? I pled while biting my lip to stop the tears from falling. She pulls back and I have to stop myself from pulling her back to me. My heart feels like it was torn from my chest and cut into a billion pieces and then burnt to tiny pieces of ashes. She stares at me for a minute before she flings herself into me and starts hugging me and crying. I sit there frozen and confused. She finally calms down and pulls back but grabs one of my hands. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freak out like that. She sniffles and wipes the tears off her face. I just thought you were going to leave me. I thought you regretted the kiss and that you didn't like me like that. She mumbles the last part and blushed. That's when reality hit. Ah, Bella. Of course I do. I just don't want to pressure you into anything. How about we get some sleep and tomorrow we can talk about everything? Okay. She nodded. I kiss her cheek and start to stand up. No, she screams. I look down at her confused. What's wrong? Can we just stay here on the couch? I just don't want to be alone tonight, she whispered. Of course, sweetie. We lay down and I wrap my arms around her, wondering how I got so lucky. The end.